In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 different types of arc that we can create inside FreeCAD. And as you can see here, we are already in FreeCAD environment and inside Part Design Workbench. Now let me quickly choose a plane here. And now we are in Sketcher environment. And before we begin, let me tell you, we are covering entire FreeCAD series in this channel. So if you have not subscribed to Engineering Pritam yet, do consider subscribing to Engineering Pritam as we cover various different engineering topics in this channel. Okay, so now, which also include this FreeCAD series. Okay, so let's jump back again to the topic of this video, which is I'm going to explain about different type of arcs that we can create here. Now, if we can see here on the top, this is our arc tool. So let's start with very basic one, which is arc by center. So all you need to do is you need to click on it. And then as the name suggests, arc by center, we need to, define the center first. So let's say this is the center. And now I can define my start point. Let's say the start point is this and the end point is this. So it is that easy, guys. You just need to define your center, define your start point, and then end point. To constrain this, we can use dimension, and maybe I can give it a radius value. Let's say 30 mm, which kind of, define its distance from the center. And this way we reduce our degree of freedom to 4. Now let's see and further constrain it such that the degree of freedom becomes 0. So let me again choose this. And this kind of shows us like this arc cover how many degrees. Let's make it 30. And now this is covering 30 degrees. Now let's make it symmetric. So once we make it symmetric, I think this arc should become fully constrained. For that, I have chosen these two endpoints and maybe the axis along which I would like to make it symmetric. And there we go. So we made it symmetric. Now, even if I make any change to this 30 degree value, you will see that the arc will increase in proportional amount. So let's see how this happens. So here I have entered 50 and there we go. So here you can see still the arc is not completely constrained. So let me put one more value here. Maybe I can choose the center line. Now let's make it fully constrained by providing a coincident constraint here. So I'm gonna make this point coincident to our center of XY axis. Now let me give the dimension value here. Now here we can see with the help of following dimensional as well as geometrical constraint, we were able to fully constrain this arc. Let's talk about the next variant here, which is arc by 3 point. Sometime we really want to create a tangent arc or arc by 3 point, which is more of, we need a 3 point, which is first point and end point, and then finally you are defining the curve. So this way, guys, we can create 3-point arc. The next one here is create arc of ellipse. So as the name suggests, this is arc of ellipse that have got one major axis and one minor axis. Now let's see what and how our next arc look like, which is arc of hyperbola. So let's select this, and now I'm gonna click 4 point to create hyperbola. The first two define here the orientation, and the next two define the curve openness. And if I talk about the use case of this kind of hyperbola arc, then I would say this is quite useful in case of optics, structural component, and high precision surface modeling. Now the last one here is create an arc of parabola. So this arc also need 3 point. The first point is the start, second is the vertex or center, and then the third define the height of it. So here in case of arc of parabola as well, you can define the 2 different radius. So in this way, guys, we just saw how we can draw these 5 different type of arc. So we started with arc by center, then we saw 3-point arc, then arc of ellipse, then we also saw arc of hyperbola, and finally arc of parabola, which sometime when we generally think will not come in our mind. But FreeCAD got you covered with these 5 different type of arcs. I hope guys you find this video helpful and informational. If this helped you, make sure you subscribe to Engineering Pritam for more such tutorials, and I will catch you soon. Till then, you take care and bye bye.